Today, His Royal Highness Prince George of Wales turns 12, and to honour this special day, we're taking a look back at some of his biggest milestones so far, a journey filled with royal tradition, heartwarming moments, and the steady steps of a future king in the making. Back on July the 22nd, 2013, at 4:24 p.m, the world welcomed Prince George Alexander Louis at St Mary's Hospital in London. He was born third in line to the throne, but he is obviously now second in line to the throne. He was warmly introduced to the world with smiling crowds on the Lindo Wing steps. Months later, when Prince George was around 3 months old, in October 2013, Prince George was christened at the Chapel Royal in St James's Palace, surrounded by godparents, grandparents, great-grandparents and auntie and uncles, as he began his Christian journey amid regal tradition. Prince George, at around 5 months old, celebrated his first Christmas, and to mark the occasion, Kensington Palace at the time shared 2 gorgeous portraits of the young prince sitting happily on the steps of Kensington Palace. In April 2014, at just 8 months old, Prince George accompanied his parents on a royal tour down under. Snippets of playdates and photo ops showed a curious and sociable little prince, meeting children, setting the tone for his public persona. In July 2014, cameras captured Prince George's earliest wobbly steps in an official birthday photograph marking his first birthday. Those first independent steps were more than just milestones. They symbolised a little boy growing into his royal role. On the 2nd of May 2015, Prince George became a big brother for the first time, as he was seen joining his father on the way to the Lindo Wing to see his new baby sister, Princess Charlotte. Prince George, on arrival, was seen waving to the public before Prince William was seen kissing his son's head as they made their way into the Lindo Wing to let Prince George see his little sister Princess Charlotte for the very first time. After the birth of Princess Charlotte, Prince George featured in a new portrait taken by his mother, the Princess of Wales, with his younger sister Princess Charlotte. These photos at the time were taken at the family's home, and they were shared by Kensington Palace. These photos gave a snapshot into the young Prince George's growing relationship with his younger sister. Even from these photos, we could already tell what an amazing big brother Prince George is. In June 2015, Prince George made his debut at Troop in the Colour for the Queen's birthday parade. To mark Prince George's second birthday, a new portrait was shared at the time of Prince George smiling at the camera with his father, Prince William, in the background. The photo to mark the prince's second birthday at the time was taken at his younger sister, Princess Charlotte's christening, where he took a centre stage role. In December 2015, Prince George featured in a brand new portrait of him, his young sister Princess Charlotte and his parents the Prince and Princess of Wales on their official annual Christmas card. In January 2016, Prince George made his first steps into education, where he enrolled in Norfolk at the Westacre Montessori School. In March 2016, Prince George joined his family in the French Alps on a skiing trip. And to mark the occasion, this gorgeous new portrait was shared of the family in the Alps. In 2016, Prince George made a very viral appearance where he met the President of the United States at the time, President Obama. According to reports, this was Prince George's first ever official meeting. And he stayed up past his bedtime to make sure he was there to meet Obama. And wasn't this just a very cute meeting? Prince George in his dressing gown, very sweet. Also in 2016, Prince George joined his parents, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and younger sister Princess Charlotte, on a trip to Canada. Now, one of the most notable appearances Prince George made in Canada was this lovely playdate where he was joined by Princess Charlotte. Now, I believe this was a children's party on the estate, and Prince George absolutely loved these bubbles. It was a very sweet appearance from the little prince, and it was obviously the first time that we saw Princess Charlotte take her first ever steps. This appearance from the little prince at the time in Canada showed Prince George's growing confidence as well. It was also a time when we got to see Prince George just be a child. Before saying goodbye to Canada, Prince George showed everybody his double wave, and I've got to say it was a crowd pleaser at the time. Prince George made his second appearance at Troop in the Colour in 2016, joined by his younger sister Princess Charlotte, who made her debut that year. That same year, young Prince George made an appearance at the Air Tattoo, where he showed his growing interest in planes. As you can see, he just absolutely loved these planes. This was reportedly the start of Prince George's growing interest in planes, following after his father, the Prince of Wales. To mark Prince George's third birthday, some gorgeous new portraits at the time were shared of the young prince having fun in the garden, as well as playing on the family swing. These photos showed the young prince growing up in curiosity as well as confidence. On Christmas Day in 2016, Prince George and Princess Charlotte made an appearance at a church near Bucklebury for the Christmas Day service. They were seen leaving the church with candy canes in hand. Prince George especially seemed to be loving his candy cane as he left the church on Christmas Day to head back home. In 2017, Prince George was a page boy at his auntie Pippa Middleton's wedding. At the event, he was joined by his nanny, as well as his younger sister Princess Charlotte at this event. Now, at this event at the time, royal fans noticed that Prince George was a little bit cheeky, and he actually got told off by his mother at this event, according to reports. But all in all, Prince George did a fantastic job at this event, and he was dressed in Pepper & Company's wedding suits. Now, at the Trooping the Colour 2017, Prince George put on an animated display on the balcony where he was seen pulling adorable faces with his younger sister Princess Charlotte. Now, this was obviously in reaction to all the planes and the loud noises and stuff like that, but it was really sweet to see. There was even a little sneeze on the balcony as well. Just shows you that Trooping the Colour is just such an exciting event for these young children. Just before starting his first day at school, Prince George made an appearance in Poland and Germany, where he joined his sister and parents on a visit, I think it was a state visit, an official visit by the royal family to Poland and Germany. And on arrival to both Poland and Germany, Prince George, as usual, put on an animated display, showing his amazing personality. Now, during this trip, before heading back to the UK, Prince George was treated to a day out to see the helicopters, and reportedly, he was overjoyed with this experience, as you can see from this beautiful photo. To mark Prince George's 4th birthday, an official portrait was shared taken by Chris Jackson. In September 2017, Prince George appeared for his first day at prep school, and at the time he enrolled in reception at Thomas's Battersea in London. Now, like any new school starter, Prince George was actually seen pretty nervous for his first day. But despite the nerves, he put them aside and shook the head of pre-prep's hand before making his way into the school. To mark Prince George's first day at school at the time, Kensington Palace shared this gorgeous new portrait taken by Chris Jackson, where Prince George was joined by his father on the steps of Kensington Palace, ahead of those all-important steps into his first day at pre-prep, where he would enrol in reception. At the time Prince George enrolled at Thomas's Battersea, he also had another little royal friend, Maud Windsor. Now, obviously, Maud Windsor was further down the line of succession, but she was in the same class as Prince George, and reportedly they were friends. Prince George, in April 2018, became Big Brother for the second time, as he was seen walking once again to the Lindo wing of St Mary's Hospital to meet his younger brother, Prince Louis, for the first time. And like any other school child at the time, he came straight from school for this occasion. Literally just weeks later, Prince George took centre stage at his uncle Prince Harry's wedding to Meghan Markle, where he was a page boy at this event. At this high-profile event, Prince George was actually seen wearing a similar sort of outfit to his father, the Prince of Wales. And you're probably asking, did Prince George do a fabulous job at this event? Of course he did. He did an amazing job as a little page boy at this event. In June 2018, Prince George just could not stop having fun with his cousin Savannah Phillips, as he made his 4th appearance on the Buckingham Palace balcony for Trooping the Colour. He was seen, even during serious moments, having the time of his life with his cousin Savannah as they were cheekily playing together. Also that same year, Prince George was seen blowing off some steam, as he was seen on the sidelines watching his father play polo. This was also the first time we saw Prince George's amazing art talent. During the summer of 2019, Prince Louis was christened at St James's Palace, according to reports. And at the time, Prince George made an appearance alongside his younger sister, Princess Charlotte, at the christening of his younger brother, Prince Louis. To mark Prince George's 5th birthday, Kensington Palace released this gorgeous photo of Prince George beaming at St James's Palace. In September 2018, Prince George reprised his page boy role at his mum's friend Sophie Carter's wedding. Now, at this event, Prince George just couldn't help but show off his soldier moves as they made their way out of the church after the wedding. For the family's Christmas card in 2018, Prince George was beaming from ear to ear as he featured in his family's Christmas card alongside his siblings and parents. In May 2019, Prince George and his siblings made an appearance at the Chelsea Flower Show to have a look at the Princess of Wales's new garden that she designed. And during this event, we got to see the children have fun together, and Prince William actually asked Princess Charlotte if she'd help Prince George make something, and Princess Charlotte cheekily said no. Now, Prince George at the time was actually unbothered by this, and he just carried on playing with whatever he was playing with, which was really sweet. And as you can see here, he's having the time of his life, looking at the little fountain, which is really sweet. And Prince Louis just, again, could not help but have a look at the cameras. He just loves the cameras, doesn't he, Prince Louis? And yet, Prince George loved the swing as well. And he gave this, he famously gave this garden a 20 out of 10 as well. I'll show the clip now.
What would you give it out of 10, George? How many marks out of 10 would you give it? 10 being the highest.
20.
20 out of 10. Okay, that's pretty good.
20.
I think Mummy's done well.
How amazing is that?
Be on here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Give me a push. Whoa.
Now, during the summer of 2019, I think it was, Prince George was seen having the time of his life at the King's Club Regatta. He really enjoyed this event, according to reports. On the 22nd of July 2019, Prince George marked his 6th birthday with a football-themed portrait. In September 2019, Prince George helped to escort his young sister, Princess Charlotte, to her first day at Thomas's Battersea. And Prince George was there to show his young sister the ropes as he was enrolling in his last year at pre-prep. Princess Charlotte was seen being a little bit nervous, but she apparently was really excited for her first day, while Prince George made his way into the school, showing his sister how it's done. And once again, to mark Princess Charlotte's first day, Prince George featured in a new portrait with his younger sister on the steps of Kensington Palace to mark the siblings' first day at school together. In December 2019, Prince George joined members of the senior royal family, as well as the previous Queen, in making Christmas puddings. And of course, there was a beautiful photo to be had at this event. And again, this showed Prince George's growing role in the royal family, despite only being 6 at the time. That same year, Prince George made his debut at the Sandringham Christmas Walkabout with his younger sister, Princess Charlotte. Now, at this event, they were seen walking with their parents, as well as meeting members of the public. In March 2020, Prince George joined his younger siblings in clapping for the NHS. In 2020, this clap for the NHS happened every Thursday to thank the NHS for their work during the pandemic. To mark Father's Day that year, a brand new portrait of Prince George and his father, as well as his younger siblings, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, was released, of them having fun on the swing, and I think this was taken at Amma Hall by the Princess of Wales. Another portrait was also released, and I think these portraits were also released for Prince William's birthday, or ahead of Prince William's birthday as well. That's because in 2020, Father's Day was on Prince William's birthday. Now, later on that same year, Prince George and his family appeared on The Big Night In on BBC, I think it was. But they were once again seen clapping for the NHS. To mark Prince George's 7th birthday, some new portraits were released of the young prince having fun at their Norfolk country home. The young prince was seen in one wearing a kayak top, and in another he was seen wearing a shirt. Looking very grown up indeed. Now, after the school holidays and after the schools started opening after the pandemic, Prince George and his siblings featured in a new video where they asked David Attenborough their most pressing questions, and this was Prince George's.
Hello, David Attenborough. What animal do you think will become extinct next?
Well, let's hope there won't be any, because there are lots of things we can do when animals are reduced to and danger of extinction. We can protect them. About 40 years ago, I was with some mountain gorillas in central Africa. Mountain gorillas were then very, very rare. There's only 250 of them left. And we showed pictures of them on television around the world, and people thought how terrible it would be if these became extinct. So they subscribed lots of money and lots of people came to help, and now there are over 1,000 of them. So you can save an animal if you want to, and you put your mind to it. People around the world are doing that because animals are so precious. So let's hope there won't be any more that go extinct.
In December 2016, Prince George made his red carpet debut at Pantomime in London, where he was joined by his parents and his siblings in London. Also in December 2020, the family released a new portrait of them and their family, and Prince George featured alongside his parents and his siblings. In April 2021, the Prince and Princess of Wales shared this beautiful film, which was taken by Will Warren Norfolk during the winter holidays the year before, I believe. And it showed the family having fun on the Norfolk beaches, in the gardens of Amma Hall, and just being a loving family. And it was just such a heartwarming film, showing the closeness of the family, showing the closeness of the siblings, what they do during their break there. And it was just such a lovely video to mark 10 years of the Prince and Princess of Wales's marriage. Now, sadly, in April 2021, Prince Philip sadly passed away. He left a huge legacy for his family and for the UK, and he is obviously very deeply missed. To remember Prince Philip, this photo was shared by Prince William of his eldest son Prince George with Prince Philip. During Father's Day 2021, Prince George and Princess Charlotte made an appearance at the Sandringham Half Marathon, where they were seen counting down for the runners, alongside their father, the Prince of Wales. Now, in 2021, Prince George made a very high-profile appearance at the Euros 2020, which were obviously cancelled in 2020, which is why they occurred in 2021 due to the pandemic. Now, Prince George made a very highly anticipated appearance at both the semi-final and the final of this event, according to reports. And during the finals, we got this reaction from both Prince William and Prince George and the Princess of Wales, which was just absolutely heartwarming. I mean, look at it. It's just so sweet. Just shows how close the Prince and Princess of Wales are to their eldest son, Prince George, and also how much Prince George just loves his football. To mark his 8th birthday on the 22nd of July 2021, Prince George appeared in a new portrait taken by the Princess of Wales of him sitting on a Land Rover, a sweet nod to Prince George's late great-grandfather. To mark Christmas 2021, the Prince and Princess of Wales released a brand new portrait of them and their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, in the Jordans, as they all featured on the family's 2021 Christmas card. In March 2022, Prince George made an appearance in London for the Thanksgiving service for Prince Philip. In June 2022, Prince George and his siblings made their appearance and their debut in the royal carriage on the way to Trooping the Colour. At Trooping the Colour that year, Prince George was extremely animated as he joined his family on the Trooping the Colour balcony once again. For that same year, for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, Prince George and Princess Charlotte appeared in Cardiff with their parents for an official engagement. Father's Day in 2022 was marked with this gorgeous photo by the Princess of Wales taken in Jordan the year before, and it featured Prince William laughing with his 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. At the Platinum Jubilee concert, Prince George also took centre stage alongside his parents and younger sister Princess Charlotte. Prince George and his siblings took centre stage once again at the Platinum Jubilee pageant, where they also appeared at the end of the pageant on the balcony alongside the late Queen Elizabeth II. This was also the time where this iconic photo of Prince George and his now late great-grandmother was taken. Despite the heatwave that summer, Prince George joined his parents, the Prince and Princess of Wales, for his debut at Wimbledon. He joined his parents in the royal box for his first time at Wimbledon. To mark Prince George's 9th birthday, this gorgeous portrait of the young prince was shared by the Prince and Princess of Wales of him on the beach in Norfolk. During September 2022, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis enrolled in a new school called Lambrook, near the family's new home called Adelaide Cottage. At the time, Prince George enrolled in Year 5, Princess Charlotte in Year 3 and Prince Louis in Reception. Sadly, in September 2022, the late Queen Elizabeth II sadly passed away. The late Queen was an incredible lady who did so much for our country, especially because she served it for 70 years. The late Queen will always be deeply missed. Sadly, a few weeks after, Prince George and Princess Charlotte were seen at the late Queen's funeral. It was an absolutely devastating time for the family and also the public. All of the family, including the young royal children, were seen paying their respects to the late Queen. In December 2022, Prince George made an appearance at the Sandringham Walkabout with the rest of the royal family. For the family's Christmas portrait in 2022, it featured Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis and their parents walking near their home Amma Hall in Norfolk. In April 2023, Prince George joined his father, the Prince of Wales, at an Aston Villa match. And Prince George is a fan of Aston Villa, so obviously he was thrilled to go to this match, and he was seen jumping during goals and mirroring his father during the match. 2023 was set to be a very busy year for both the royal children and the Prince and Princess of Wales and the rest of the royal family. To start off the year, they were seen at an Easter service, with their 9-year-old Prince George leading the way. Prince George, then 9, took centre stage at his grandfather's coronation, where he was one of the youngest page boys at the service. Despite being one of the youngest page boys at this event, Prince George did a stellar job and actually managed to steal the show. Not only was Prince George very smart at this event, but he also showed how grown up he is, and how well he manages to deal with being under pressure, showing that he's definitely growing into his royal role. Prince George then appeared alongside his younger sister Princess Charlotte at the coronation concert, where he once again took centre stage. And to mark the end of the coronation weekend, Prince George joined his family on the bank holiday Monday during the coronation weekend at the big help out. Now, during this event, Prince George was seen roasting marshmallows, playing in tractors, and having fun with his family. He was obviously, of course, seen volunteering as well, and as usual, His Royal Highness did a fantastic job. In June, Prince George made an appearance alongside his family at the King's Birthday Parade, Trooping the Colour. Now, at this event, he was seen wearing a very smart suit, as usual. During the summer months, Prince George made an appearance alongside his sister Princess Charlotte at his second Wimbledon appearance. Once again, this was a very animated appearance from the young prince, who was seen enjoying the tennis. As well as that, Prince George and his siblings were also treated to an appearance at the Air Tattoo, where Prince George was seen fascinated once again by the planes. Now, earlier in the summer, Prince George, who was also a cricket fan, got to watch a cricket match with his father, the Prince of Wales, and the then Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. Prince George's 10th birthday was then marked with a very grown-up photo taken by royal photographer Millie Pilkington. Later that year, in October 2023, according to reports, Prince George made an appearance at the Rugby World Cup with his father, the Prince of Wales. This once again added to the list of sports that Prince George absolutely loves: rugby, football and tennis. In December 2023, Prince George and his siblings made an appearance at the Together at Christmas carol service, which was obviously created by his wonderful mother, the Princess of Wales. And then Prince George yet again made a highly anticipated appearance at the family's Sandringham walkabout on Christmas Day in 2023. Prince George also featured alongside his family for the family's Christmas portrait in 2023 as well. This was a black and white photo, highlighting the family's timeless class. On Christmas Day 2024, Prince George also made an appearance with his siblings in a new portrait shared by Kensington Palace. In April 2024, Prince George made an appearance with his father, the Prince of Wales, to watch Aston Villa, his favourite club. This was Prince George's first public appearance since his mother sadly announced that she had cancer. It was also Prince George's first public appearance since the King announced his cancer diagnosis as well. In June 2023, Prince George made an appearance alongside his family for the King's Trooping the Colour. He was seen in the carriage on the way to Buckingham Palace and on the balcony. In July, Prince George made an appearance alongside his father, the Prince of Wales, at the Euros 2024 finals. Now, of course, England sadly came second, but it still was an animated appearance from Prince George and his father, who both seemed to enjoy the football match nevertheless. To mark Prince George's 11th birthday, some new black and white photos taken by the Princess of Wales were released to mark his special day. To mark the end of the Princess of Wales's cancer treatment, Kensington Palace released this gorgeous video filmed during the family's summer holiday of the Princess of Wales having fun with her children and just being out in, the wilderness, which she said was, her sanctuary during her cancer treatment. The video was filmed by Will Waugh and showed the family having fun together, just being out in the wilderness, which is where the Prince and Princess of Wales and their children like to be, out in the wilderness, exploring places, being on the beach, being in the woods, just having fun together as a family. And that's what the Prince and Princess of Wales pride, especially because they like their children to go out and about and be in the outdoors. And it was just a very heartwarming video showing the family just being a family and spending the summer holidays together. And, at the time when we heard this video, when we saw this video, we were all very relieved that the Princess of Wales had completed her chemotherapy and hopefully she is now on the mend. Yep, so we're all hoping that the Princess of Wales is now hopefully on the road to recovery.
Is this filming?
Hello.
In December 2024, Prince George and his siblings made an appearance at the Together at Christmas concert in London. The siblings went there once again to support their mother's Christmas concert. And once again, on Christmas Day 2024, Prince George made his appearance once again, a very confident appearance from little Prince George, who made an appearance at the family's Sandringham walkabout. And during this Sandringham walkabout in 2024, Prince George confidently went around by himself, greeting fans who had gathered to see him, and obviously his family as well. The start of 2025 was marked by Prince George and his father, the Prince of Wales, once again supporting their beloved football team, Aston Villa. And we got not one, but two appearances of Prince George and his father, the Prince of Wales, supporting Aston Villa. Also, Prince George and his family made a very high-profile and very respectful appearance at the VE Day commemorations this year as well. On the 5th of May 2025, Prince George joined his parents and his siblings at the VE Day commemorations. Not only was the young prince actually at the commemorations, but he was also invited to a tea party where he spoke to veterans confidently and asked them loads of questions. And of course, during the VE Day commemorations, there was also an appearance from the royal family on the balcony for the flypast. And of course, once again, Prince George joined his family on the balcony. This was not only just an event, this was another event that Prince George was going to for his easing into his royal role. And of course, he was seen enjoying speaking to these D-Day veterans. Like, Prince George really did step up for this duty. I found also that Prince George is becoming such a good listener as well. Like, his parents are bringing him up beautifully because he just has so much respect for other people. Also, in June 2025, Prince George made a highly anticipated appearance alongside his siblings and his mother and his father at the Troop in the Colour celebrations. Now, during the travel back to Buckingham Palace, he was seen laughing with his little brother, Prince Louis. Now, I've got to say, I wonder what was so funny, because I think that Prince Louis is just a jokester and Prince George just finds him hilariously funny. Not only did this show the brothers' really close bond, but I think it also showed that Prince George, Prince Louis and Princess Charlotte all have fantastic individual personalities, and I love it. Not only is Prince George growing up in confidence, but he's also learning to tell Prince Louis what to do, especially when Prince Louis was waving too much. Like, Prince George, you can tell he knows the rules, and he's like, Louis, stop waving. At this year's Troop in the Colour, it was Prince George who was keeping Prince Louis in line, not Princess Charlotte. And then after the Troop in the Colour, this beautiful photo of the family was shared, and I think it was taken before the Troop in the Colour, but it was shared after to say thank you to the people who served. And once again, for Father's Day, Prince George featured in a new photo alongside his father and his younger siblings in the grounds of Amma Hall. This photo taken by Josh Shinner. Yep, and once again, this photo showed the really close bond the Prince of Wales has with all three of his children. Anyway, we hope that Prince George has an absolutely fantastic 12th birthday today. We hope that whatever he's doing today, we hope he has a fantastic day celebrating with his family and his friends. Happy birthday, Prince George. We hope you have an absolutely fantastic 12th birthday. Happy birthday, Your Royal Highness.